Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now. Bills fans, you better buckle up because something huge is brewing in the NFL right now, and it's got the potential to shake up the entire AFC East, and honestly, the league at large. There's a lot of chatter coming out of the Bay Area that could spell big changes for the San Francisco 49ers. And if these rumors are true, the Bills might be looking at an incredible opportunity to bolster their defense in a way that could push them even closer to a Super Bowl appearance. So, let's break this down because it's not just speculation. There's real substance behind it, and it could become a game changer. Word from sources close to the 49ers indicates that they're in a pretty tight spot right now. With a 7-6 record and their cap space squeezed tight, plus a run defense allowing an alarming 128 yards per game in 2025, they're pondering some bold moves. The big talk is that they're considering trading Fred Warner, one of the most versatile and high-impact linebackers in the league, in exchange for draft picks and a safety. The idea: free up around $24 million in cap space that they could redirect toward bolstering their offensive line, which has been under pressure and struggling to hold up. It's a bold strategy, but it's one that could reshape their roster, especially if they're looking to rebuild their trenches and fix some of their defensive issues. Fred Warner, for those who might not be fully aware, is an absolute game changer. The BYU product is an all-pro linebacker, known for his ability to excel in coverage, stop the run, and make plays all over the field. His PFF overall grade in 2025 is a staggering 92.8, which is top among linebackers in the league. He's a tackling machine with over 950 tackles in his career, along with 18 interceptions, and he's known for his high football IQ and leadership skills. In 2025, he's played through some injuries, suffered a shoulder injury in Week 10, but still managed to be on the field for 96% of the snaps. His size, standing at 6'3" and weighing around 230 pounds, along with his athleticism, makes him a perfect fit for a team like the Bills that desperately needs a linebacker who can do it all. Now, looking at his stats, Warner is a force. This season, he's averaging around 5 tackles per game with 5 interceptions and 3 sacks in just 13 games. His missed tackle percentage is among the top 5 in the league, sitting at just 7%, which speaks volumes about his consistency and reliability. He's a player who can be a true difference maker, someone who elevates the entire defense and provides that stability that Buffalo has been seeking for a while. His ability to cover tight ends, blitz effectively, and anchor the middle of the field could be exactly what the Bills need to take their defense to the next level. But why would the 49ers consider parting ways with Warner? Well, the reasons are multiple. First, cap space is tight. They've got only about $13 million available, and with Warner's current contract at around $30 million per year at age 29, they're looking at a tough decision. The team is also facing some injuries on the defensive line, with 4 players suffering concussions recently, and their overall defensive ranking is only around 20th in DVOA. The 49ers are in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially on the trenches, and they're considering trading Warner now, perhaps to extend him later, much like what the Ravens did with Roquan Smith after starting the season 2-4. The goal? Rebuild their defense, especially their front 7, and reset the cap to make a run later in the season. From the Bills' perspective, this kind of trade could be a massive boost. Buffalo, currently sitting at 9-4, has a defense ranked around 14th in PFF grades, but adding a player like Warner could push them into a true top-tier unit. His presence would likely lead to an immediate jump in tackles, with projections indicating around 135 tackles for the remainder of the season if he joins the Bills. Not only that, but his ability to improve run defense and coverage would be a game changer. The Bills have been strong in the passing game, but their run defense has sometimes been a weak spot. Warner's addition would help stabilize that, especially against powerful AFC East rivals like the Dolphins and Jets, who love to run the ball. And let's not forget, The Bills are already a solid team with a high-powered offense led by Josh Allen. But football is a game of inches, and having elite defenders who can make game-changing plays in the clutch is what separates good teams from great ones. Warner's stats in 2025, including 12 tackles against the Chiefs in Week 7 and 2 interceptions, demonstrate his playmaking ability. His knack for forcing fumbles and making big-time tackles adds that extra spark the Bills need in their defense, especially in tight playoff games where every turnover and tackle counts. Looking at the bigger picture, a trade for Warner would be a strategic move that could influence the entire playoff picture. With the Bills' offense firing on all cylinders, especially with Allen's ability to extend plays, having an elite linebacker like Warner could be the missing piece to make their defense dominant. His versatility is what makes him so valuable, his PFF grade of 92. 8 is an indicator of how impactful he is on every snap. Plus, his ability to cover RBs and tight ends in the playoffs, where offenses become more predictable and defenses tighten up, gives him an edge that few linebackers can match. From a Super Bowl odds perspective, the Bills' chances could skyrocket with a move like this. Currently, their odds are somewhere around plus 800, but adding a player like Warner could push those odds closer to plus 450. It's not just about adding a star, it's about creating a cohesive, balanced defense that can dominate in critical moments. Warner's track record in the playoffs, with a plus 24% win probability boost according to some analysts, shows that he's a proven performer when it matters most. His ability to elevate a defense in high-pressure situations could be the X factor that tips the scales in Buffalo's favor. Now, let's talk about the broader implications. The 49ers' decision to trade Warner would be a seismic shift, especially given his leadership and his role as a cornerstone of their defense. But with the 49ers in a bit of a decline, facing injuries, cap issues, and a ranking that's not quite up to their usual standards, they might see this as the best way to reset and build for the future. Meanwhile, the Bills, who have been knocking on the door for a Super Bowl title, could see this as their chance to leapfrog their division rivals and establish themselves as top contenders for the next couple of seasons. In terms of the trade's impact, it's clear that Warner would bring a level of stability and playmaking that Buffalo desperately needs. His leadership in the secondary and linebacker core would be invaluable, especially as the Bills face tough opponents in the postseason. Plus, if the Bills can secure him without giving up too many draft assets, it might be a win-win scenario, adding a proven star and maintaining flexibility for the future. So, fans, keep an eye on this situation because it's developing rapidly. The NFL offseason is full of surprises, and the possibility of Fred Warner in Bills colors could become one of the most talked-about moves of the year. If it happens, it'll send shockwaves through the league and could very well be the catalyst for another Bills Super Bowl run. The Bills are already a team with a potent offense, but adding a player of Warner's caliber on defense might just be what they need to push them into the elite conversation, especially with the playoffs looming and a chance to finally get over that hump. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. In conclusion, folks, this potential trade is shaping up to be one of the most exciting developments of the NFL season. The Bills have the opportunity to make a bold move that could redefine their defense and give them a real shot at Super Bowl glory. Fred Warner, with his elite talent and leadership qualities, represents a game-changing addition if the price is right. As the rumors swirl and speculation heats up, one thing is clear. Buffalo is positioning itself to be a serious contender, and the arrival of a player like Warner could be the final piece of the puzzle. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. Let's keep the passion alive, stay loyal, and keep believing, because this team has what it takes to make history. Go Bills!